Well, we are live tonight. We have a very special career strategy session with Candy. Tonight's career strategy session is centered all around you 2015 grads. So graduation season is very of years of hard work paying off, but then it's also a moment where some of us get a little afraid and nervous because we don't know what to do next. So no worries, Cathy's here tonight. She's gonna walk us through what grads need to know when they enter the workforce. So Cathy, welcome. Tell us a little.
Thank you so much for having me here today, Jackie. Really appreciate it. My name is Cathy Francois. I'm a career coach and resume writer, founder of Resume Forward. I call myself the Career Exploration Officer as opposed to the traditional CEO title. And what I do, I help clients at all facets of their career, at all levels of the career, from beginning career, just like as recent grads, till seasoned professionals at all education levels. And I started my business because I felt like there was definitely a need for career coaching, especially amongst minority groups. And I really wanted to put myself out there and just share my skills and my knowledge with people, because I'm a first generation college student. So there was a lot of things that I didn't know, and I've come to learn a lot of things, and I'm just here to share with you what I wish I knew come graduation day.
Awesome. So before, if you have any questions, you have our handles in front of you, but you also have the Q&A box here on Google. So type in any questions that you have. So Cathy, can you tell us how you really got started in career coaching? What was that moment that you the direction that I'm going?
That's a great question. I started in higher education about 6 years ago as an admissions advisor. So at that point, I was career coaching, helping students kind of pick their career field. And then from in a program from admissions, I went into academic advising. And then from academic advising, that's when I landed in a career services department at an institution. And once I was in career coaching and career services, I realized, okay, this is where I needed to be. It just tied my whole career together. All the pieces just came together, and I felt like, okay, this is my passion and where my skills really shine when it comes to motivating, coaching, and then also writing with helping people with their resumes.
So let's hop in it. I see I'm getting some tweets here. So you can ask your questions through Twitter, but you can also ask them right here on the Q&A on the Google+. So Cathy, give us some tips that grads need to know as.
So the first thing that I would say is it's your career and you own it. First thing out, a degree is not an instant ticket to success. So you really have to plan out what you're going to do with your career once you get out of school. And you really have to be patient when it comes to finding that first job right after college, and realize that first job may not be your career job. My first job out of college I was working as a sales assistant for a newspaper, and eventually I got promoted into an account executive and eventually found my way to where I am now as a career coach. I have a bachelor's degree in sociology. Later on got my MBA, but you really have to plan things out. Do not be discouraged. And even if you're someone that's watching, you haven't completed your coursework, maybe you're getting close to your graduation date, you want to start the process now. Even though you don't feel like you're early, find out where you need to, find job opportunities. Find out who you need to be speaking to. Reach out to people in your alumni network. There's so many things that you could do to prepare yourself for that next step. You don't have to wait till you officially have your degree in your hand. The job search process should have really started well before graduation and the
And
preparation.
that's an excellent segue to our first question that came through Twitter. It's from Susan, and Susan says, I am this past weekend. What is the first thing that I should be doing?
Okay. I missed the first part of the question.
I can repeat the question, yes. Susan says that she's way behind. She graduated last week. What is the first thing that she should be doing? I'm assuming that she hasn't begun her job search. She says way behind.
Okay. I think the first thing that the first thing that she really needs to do is to tap into her network, your alumni network, and really make sure that you establish your virtual presence, whether it's getting a LinkedIn profile, and that's something that I help my clients with, making sure that's optimized, have it updated with your most recent degree, any activities that you may have been involved with, and use that as a platform to really reach out to people maybe you went to school with, that are ahead of you, and find out, okay, what organizations that they're working for that you may be interested in. Can they, give you an introduction to anyone? You definitely want to make sure you have your resume together as well. Very important. You have that first resume updated, highlight, any relevant skills and experience that you have, but really tap into your network. That's how I got my first job out of college, was tapping into my network. I reached out to a friend of mine who graduated a semester before me. And I told her, hey, I'm moving back to South Florida. I'm looking for a job. I was already working as a temp at a local newspaper in Gainesville, Florida. Go Gators, University of Florida, where I graduated from. And she was working at a South Florida newspaper, the Sun Sentinel. So through our connect, because we graduated together, she's part of my alumni network. She put in a word to an HR manager there, and I went back home. Within the first week, I had an interview, and boom, I had a job. Didn't go on Career Builder. Career Builder was just getting popular back in 2004, 11 years ago when I graduated, or 10 years ago. And the network is really, really key. Don't just go online on all the job boards. Those are great. Applying blindly, blanking your resume. Really tap into the network that you have.
Awesome. So Cathy, can you tell us, for a recent grad just coming out of school, how long should their resume be?
For a recent grad, I missed the last part. I'm sorry.
How long should a recent grad's resume be?
For a recent graduate, I would say no more than 1 page, unless you are like a super duper recent grad or a non-traditional student where maybe you've had some professional experience, where your work experience is like about 10 years long. Then a 2-page resume would be appropriate. So anywhere between 1 to 2 pages, depending on the length of your career history. So if you have a short job history, you shouldn't, your resume should not be any more than 2 pages. Awesome. Or 1 page, I should say, for a short, yeah.
Right, for a recent grad, and I come with you. You mentioned a LinkedIn profile just a few moments ago, and I know there's so much that we could talk about. And one of the things that I tell people is first impressions are lasting impressions. So that profile picture is key. So tell us some of the tips, just very basic, because I know there's so much with LinkedIn that each person should be paying attention.
Absolutely. The first thing is to have a profile picture. Sometimes people shy away. You really want to have a profile picture, have something that's professional, where you're looking straight ahead. Because if you notice on your LinkedIn profile, there are different levels. The top level, your profile is rated at different levels, the all-star level. And if you don't have a profile picture, you will never be an all-star because that is one of the requirements. Another thing that you want to make sure that you do on your LinkedIn profile is to customize your headline. Typically, your headline is defaulted to maybe the last job title. So maybe, let's say you had a part-time job, working as a waitress at a restaurant. Let's say Hooters, just for kicks, right? That, I don't think you necessarily want that as your headline, waitress at Hooters. You might want to put something that's related to your program, maybe recent communications grad, something, or maybe if you did some blogging, maybe creative content producer, something really catchy and that incorporates the key words that are related to the industry that you're trying to get into. Another thing that I would recommend, and that I help my clients do when it comes to their LinkedIn profile, is customize your public LinkedIn URL. Many people don't realize that that's customizable. That's a link that you can use on your business card, you can use it in your email signature, or you can use it on your resume. 3 different places already where you can use a nice customized public profile URL. If you don't have it customized, it's going to be just a bunch of arbitrary numbers and letters and really long. And customize it to something that's related to your name. So I have mine as it will always start with a www.linkedin/in and then another slash, and I have C. Francois as mine. So customize it because first, there are millions of people on LinkedIn. So if you have a popular name, you want to go ahead and check to make sure you can customize it to your name, grab it as soon as you can and own that brand. So those are just to name a few of the things that I do to help clients optimize their resume. Those are just 3 things that I would say that you would want to do.
So,
as far as your LinkedIn.
Yeah, those I totally agree with everything you said. And I want to let people know that if you've seen the promo for tonight, you've seen the package that Cathy is offering for recent grads, which is a steal. So if you're a recent grad, make sure you tell your parents or your friends that this is a gift that they should invest in for you. Cathy's grad pack is a resume, a cover letter, and LinkedIn profile with your choice of book for only $199. Now, I do career coaching too, but Cathy is an expert in this field. I'm highly recommending her, especially for recent grads, that she could share with you. And this investment is well worth it in you establishing your career. So let's move on to the cover letter. That's one of the things that you're offering. I saw a cover letter recently that was 3 pages long, and I could have dropped in my stomach. So, Cathy, break it down for us. What are the do's and don'ts of a cover letter?
Definitely a cover letter should just be 1 page and 1 page only. I don't care if you're a 25-year veteran in your field, if you're a recent grad, you want to keep it really concise, succinct, and organized. Your cover letter is not your second resume. It's just an introduction. It's a teaser. I use the analogy of the cover letter being a trailer to a movie. So if you want people to check you out, you want to have a nice little snippet of your career, kind of pinpoint some of those key attributes, those key skills that are related to the position. Make sure you don't just talk about, oh, I want this from your company and I want that from your company. You want to say, okay, I can offer this for your company and I can offer that for your company. Making sure that you highlight, your passion, your skills, and package that really well in a story that it's really much more difficult to do on your resume. So give them a reason to look at your resume. Don't be stressed on bogging down trying to put every single thing on your cover letter. It's really just the highlights. That's it.
Yes, I definitely agree. So when we talk about the highlights, involvement in organizations when it comes to a traditional student, maybe that went from high school to college and now they're graduating like?
I missed that last part. You said after they were graduating, and you said what? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. I think we got a little feedback here. For the recent grads, the tradition how they're entering the workforce, what elements should be on their cover letter?
I would definitely say mention your recent degree for sure. If you've been involved in any student organizations, and especially if you've held any positions within those student organizations, that will help highlight or demonstrate some of the skills that they're looking for. Is something that I would put if you had a stellar GPA or with honors, definitely highlight that for sure. Or any relevant coursework, any specialized coursework. Let's say, for example, if the position is looking for someone that is strong in Microsoft Office, and you can show, okay, you took this course, successfully completed this course and got these competencies, this Microsoft Office course, something like that, especially if you are a recent grad that maybe you're a full-time student and you maybe didn't have a part-time job or an internship. But speaking of internship, if you had an internship, definitely highlight that on your cover letter. Talk about your experience at the internship and how it's relevant to the position that you're looking for.
Yeah, I think that's definitely, you have to talk about your experience, like Cathy said, as the teaser for them to get to your resume. So for our viewers online, if you have any questions for Cathy about what your LinkedIn cover letter or resume should be, go ahead and pop those into the Q&A box. Tweet us if you want to ask a question. So Cathy, what are some of the biggest mistakes that grads make right out of school?
So I would say one mistake that some grads may do, they may become complacent. So they think, oh, I finally graduated. Now it's time for me to go to the beach. No, it's time for you to work. It's time for you to network. Don't get too complacent. Sometimes, oh, people want to go on a hiatus. You want to think about, okay, if you decide to go on a hiatus, think the employer is looking at, okay, if you have like this huge gap from the time that you graduated and you don't have like a current position, anything going on, you can really cause more problems for yourself later down the line. Another thing, mistake I would say that recent grads make is that they don't clean up their social media. You want to maybe take those pictures off from spring break, on the beach. You really want to clean up your social media presence, highlight some of more of those professional aspects of yourself. Really think about, how you're going to brand yourself or rebrand yourself as a professional. So on your Facebook, are all your pictures public? On your Facebook, are you categorizing, your friends and your categories the appropriate way, so you don't have all your business out there? Because employers do vet out candidates by looking you up on social media. So go ahead and Google yourself and see what comes up, and then you'll know what work you need to do.
Yeah, yesterday I was at Stevenson High School giving the pre-commencement speech, and even though they're high school students, I did to remind them that what they post online will live forever, and employers will be Googling their names to find out who they are based on what they share online. So it's so important to clean it up. And also, when you're cleaning up your profile, it's not just what you post, so what your friend, make sure that you're looking at that as well when you go through and you clean up your social profiles.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we just hit on some of the don'ts. What are some of the things that you see successful grads do as they transition from college to?
Definitely, I've seen successful grads, they are networking from freshman year. They are getting involved in student organizations. They are acquiring internship. Even if you're not able to get an internship, get a part-time job or go through a temp agency. That's what I did. Because I wasn't able to go away for a semester for an internship. So I just kind of worked within the college town that I was in. And that experience helped me get my first job, out of college. So you want to, um, if you're a freshman, junior, get involved as much as possible. Another thing that I see that successful graduates, they really network. Um, you really don't want to be a recluse while you're on the college campus. You really, while you're there, talk to as many people as possible, especially older students that are ahead of you. Keep tabs with them. Find out what's going on. Get a tab on what's going on in the career field. Another thing you want to do is, if you can, get a mentor, whether it's a professor or somebody out there in the field, and you can get involved in some professional student organizations. Is a great way to tap into um, your industry that you're interested in. Highly recommend making that investment. Attending some conferences as well is another way to expand your reach beyond the campus. Meet other students from different campuses or other professionals from different areas, especially if you're looking to move out the geographic area once you graduate. Really want to tap into what's going on. And with social media, there's so many ways you can really tap into what's out there. You don't, without really leaving. That in-person connection is important, but you can join groups on LinkedIn, like professional groups. Look for groups that are related to your industry. Meetup groups in your area is another way you can do it. Even Google has different groups. You can join the communities on Google. Many different, and it's just a world. You can just tap into so many people. Just meeting this connection that we have. We've never actually met each other in person. So just
Right.
being able to network and just thinking about your social brand. Another interesting way you can do this as well is through blogging. I do see that's something that's really popular if you're a strong writer, especially if you're trying to get into the communications or marketing field, or if you're a strong writer, go ahead and blog. Whether it's a blog you write, whether you're showing pictures on Pinterest, or you are doing video blogs. There's so many different ways for you to really start building your professional brand. So I think, going back to your question, I think successful college graduates think about building their professional brands from the very beginning. So when they cross that stage, they have more than that, just that degree in their hand. They have, something that they've already started.
And I love that you mentioned going to conferences. It's one of the things that successful grads do. The thing that I miss about being a student, associations and conferences, really cheap. So if you haven't graduated yet, if you have a few more days before you become a grad, go ahead and get that student discount on professional associations, because trust me, when you enter the big folks world, that was the point, Cathy. Thanks for bringing that up.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, you can tweet us. You can also through the Q&A box here live on Google. And I want to have everyone go over to Cathy's website. So Cathy, information on your website.
So the website is www.resumeforward.com. That's REZ as in zebra, UME forward.com. And if you're looking for the graduation pack or the grad pack, you will see the picture right on the homepage, and that link will take you to the promo where I'm offering the resume, the professional resume, a tailored cover letter, and an optimized LinkedIn profile, and your choice of 2 great career books to help you get started in your career profession for only $199. Very, very great investment, and I'm doing it just like, she mentioned that association fee. I'm giving you the college discount. So even if I know times are hard, you may not have the money now, so definitely ask your mom or your dad or a loved one. This is the package that you need to really make that investment in yourself, really, and I think it'll definitely pay off, from years to come.
Yeah, I know. One of the reasons I'm excited about this package is because you do need a total package as you enter the workforce. You need your resume, you need your cover profile, and then the career advice. Both books are awesome. There's Zena's book, The Savvy Girl's Guide, Getting to Absolutely Love. And you can check out Zena's career strategy session with me that we did a few weeks ago on my well. Cathy, we have like 3 minutes left. Before we go, I want you to break it down for us. Why is it so important that you put those 3 elements together? The resume, the cover letter, and the LinkedIn profile.
In today's market, you really have to be visible virtually. So the LinkedIn profile goes without saying. LinkedIn is the largest online network of professionals and companies all in one. So it's a great place to build your professional brand and look for a job, and for you to discover opportunities and for you to be discovered as well. The resume, that goes without saying. Really, I think, recent grads do have a difficult time of really knowing what employers want to see. I actually worked with a recent Howard University graduate, and I really pulled some information from her about her experience, even her part-time work, to really pull her resume together and her cover letter together to really showcase her skills. And she was able to confidently pursue an opportunity with a major publication as an English major. So I definitely will keep tabs with her to see how that follows through. But really, those are really the key pieces. Some people may turn in a resume without a cover letter, and that's a chance you can take. Sometimes people feel like the cover letter is optional, but that could be that one piece that really helps you stand out amongst the rest of the candidates. And if you're able to articulate, why you're a good fit for the job, it's easier for an employer or recruiter to see that versus just trying to figure it out by perusing through your resume.
Right. You all, it's so important that as you enter the workforce as recent grads, like Cathy said, she put together a package that helps you sell yourself virtually to the employers, because there's many other grads who are dynamic and entering the workforce as well, but no one has your unique experience. So bundle that in a way that employers can reach out to you and you can get those interviews to get your first. Cathy, so much for being here. This 30-minute, it always flies by so quickly. But yes, before we wrap up, what parting piece of guidance do you want to share with the grads of 2015?
Wow. So let me see. You know what? Write down your plan. Write down your goals. If you want to achieve something, put it down on paper. I don't care if you do a list, a flow chart, a formal plan. Write down your plan. If you can see it, you can achieve it. And ready, set, and go.
I love that. So thank you all for joining us tonight. This replay will be available for you all, so please do share it with the other grads that you know. Congratulations to you. I am so excited from college, and as you move into the next stage of your career, make sure you follow Cathy online, follow me online. to you and success navigating the career jungle.